This here is the Mini Cooper S EV. It's a 3-door hatch, which means that it's mini. It also means that parking it, no problem. Laneways just like this one, not a hassle. But just because it's a small car doesn't mean that it doesn't have a big personality. But with an electric motor instead of a petrol engine, is it still the true Mini that we all know and maybe even love? In this video, we're going to find out if this car is still iconically fun. The Mini Cooper Electric has been around for quite some time now. It's available in 2 trim grades, the Mini Yours and the Resolute. This one is the Resolute edition. With this trim, you get a bunch of additional niceties, including the Resolute bonnet stripes, Mini Yours leather lounge in carbon black, Resolute Napa leather steering wheel, panoramic sunroof, seat heating for the front row, and a Harman Kardon sound system, to name a few. This Mini Cooper EV will set you back $65,325 plus on-road costs. There's an electric motor powering the front wheels via a 1-speed automatic transmission, plus a 32.6 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery, generating maximum outputs of 135 kilowatts and 270 newton meters. The Mini Electric has a claimed driving range of 222 kilometers. In the front of the Mini, and you'll notice that personality on the outside continues to the inside. Straight up, one of my favorite things about the interior of this car is this right here, the circular infotainment system. In it houses an 8.8-inch touchscreen. And it's really cool because whenever you adjust the dials with your heating or your cooling or your music track and change the volume, it lights up in different colors around the outside. Then you've got the oblong digital instrument cluster, which doesn't have a whole heap of information in there, but it's actually really tidy, really easy to use. So some people might jump in this car and think, oh yeah, okay, it looks like a Mini, nothing's changed. Maybe it's aged a little bit. Yes, they have kept it quite the same, but I actually still think it feels quite plush, and I'm going to use the word cute in here. Lots of circular fun features. There are circular features on the door handles and around those Harman Kardon speakers. Something else to note is these seats, Napa leather seats, really comfortable, really supportive. You've got a leather steering wheel. And I think the build quality in here is actually really good. So all up here on the dash, that's actually quite soft. You don't really see any hard plastics until you go further down on the dash and on the doors. In terms of storage, you're in a hatch. So yes, there's not a heap of room, but you've got more than enough to get the job done. I can fit my large drink bottle in here, so 2 cup holders, and then you've got a little storage compartment down here, which does fill up pretty quickly. Some storage here too, because this is raised, so you've got a nice gap there for larger items. And then, funnily enough, I don't usually fit my phone in a Mini. This is a wireless charge pad, and it is quite small, so if you've got a larger phone, that probably won't work well for you, but I've got a newer, smaller iPhone and it fits perfectly and charges. That works. This also does have wireless Apple CarPlay, but doesn't support Android Auto. You've got some really cute looking dials around here, your stop start button as well, and they've stuck with some shortcut features. So you do get buttons, you do get dials, which I'm really happy with because we see a lot of that coming out of the new cars now and all being thrown into the touchscreen. You've got your steering wheel controls, and just like a BMW, you've got your rotary dial here as well, and plenty of shortcuts. So everything is really easy on the go. The only thing that I had to get used to with the changing your tracks on the steering wheel, rather than just clicking right or left, you actually have to click down and then select your song. So I end up turning my music up really loud sometimes instead as a mistake, but no problem with that because this has a premium Harman Kardon sound system. So all in all, it's really lovely in here, and you get a nice big sunroof too. Okay, so getting into the back of the Mini, I can't believe that I used to own a 3-door and used to have to go through all of this, but there you go, you got your latch there. So how easy is it to jump in? That's fine. Plenty of room, good door aperture. I have to mention though, those front seats, while they're heated, they're actually not electric, so you've got a manual adjustment there. I would have expected electric seats for this price point. All right, in the back here, I'm gonna move that there. Okay, so that would be my driving position. I'm 173 centimeters. So yeah, it's not really built for tallies. I mean, there's not a heap of leg room and toe room, but the headroom is pretty decent. I don't think this car is built for families. You're not going to use this as a family car. There are ISO fixed mounting points though, if you did want to use it as that. And in the way of niceties, well, you got your sunroof, as I said. You get a cup holder here, one cup holder on either side. You've got those speakers back here as well. The seats are still really comfortable. Obviously, you're not getting that recline, but as I said, Napa leather seats, lots of bolstering, and that's really all you get back here. So yes, you can fit 2 adults back here. It gets the job done, but it is still, yes, a very mini hatch. Now, I just need to try and get out. So, okay, the latch and push does it all in one motion, so that's pretty easy. Okay, so let's check out the boot. No power tailgate. When you close it, there's a really, really loud alarming noise. But anyway, opening the boot, and there's 211 litres of cargo space, a little bit down on some of its competitors. Something like the Cupra Born has 385. But you do get some underfloor storage here too, which is really handy for a small car. And that's where you can pop your charging cable, which comes with this Mini. Now, once you expand those seats, because you can fold down these rear seats, that gives you 731 litres. Just do the luggage test. My cool, funky luggage coming on this review with me. That one fits there perfectly. But I'm going to fold down the seats and try and fit both in, which I'm sure we'll be able to do. In. You could easily probably fit 2 of those in quite easily as well. So there you have it. Bang! One of the first things that you'll notice about this car when you're behind the wheel and have to get used to is the music note that comes from this Mini, because a lot of electric cars you'd think are completely silent, but that isn't the case with this car. It has like a bit of a Jetsons-y noise. It sounds like it's ready to launch. So certainly something that you need to get used to. But that's not to be confused with cabin noise, because it's actually quite a silent cabin, no tyre noise coming into this car, which is good. So other than the synthesized noise or the music that's coming from that amazing Harman Kardon sound system, it is actually a really nice, enjoyable, silentish drive. I think with electric cars, a lot of the time they venture quite far away from their petrol counterpart, and they're not as familiar. So that can be a bit of a turn off for people. But one thing that I'm happy to say with this Mini is that it remains true to its roots. So yes, in the way of the handling, in that go-kart feel, this is still a true Mini and still a lot of fun behind the wheel. So yes, it still has that Mini handling. The steering is a lot firmer, something that I had to get a bit used to. I don't love firmer steering and a firmer ride, but it is a sporty car, so that's something that you can expect. But the steering is really responsive. Ride quality is great over those rougher surfaces. It just glides over speed humps, so no complaints there. One of the great things about driving this car is that it feels quite plush. I know that yes, the Mini's interior hasn't changed for quite some time. People will say that it's aged, but for me, I have everything that I need. Everything is really simple in a good way and easy to use on the move, including the infotainment system. Everything connects really well, and the seats are incredibly comfortable. They're a Napa leather, very supportive. And in the way of safety, it does have a bunch of standard safety features. Adaptive cruise control works perfectly on the freeway. It does, however, miss out on lane keep assist and blind spot monitoring, which I think I would expect those features to come standard for this price point. So let's talk about the range of this car, around 222 kilometers claimed, which no, that is not a lot. When we talk about electric cars these days, all the new cars are coming out with closer to 400. There is a new version of this car coming that will be over 300 Ks, closer to 400. So a real competitor of this car is probably the Fiat, which unfortunately, yes, has more range and is cheaper. Mini claims 15.2 to 17.6 kilowatt hours. I have certainly been over that. At one stage I was at 19.2. Right now I'm at 18.8. So it kind of depends how you're driving it as well. I've been in sport mode on occasions. I haven't been driving at all in green mode, and I have had it in. You can switch it in between high energy and low energy, depending on what sort of driving you like to do. If you're into the low pedal driving, for me it's a little bit intense, so I have actually kept it on low energy for most of my drives. Work for me is only around 15 k's away, so when I arrive, I probably had it sitting no more than 120 kilometers really. I haven't gone to a DC fast charger and charge it this week. I've just been plugging it into the outlet at work. So I'll get to work at around 90 k's, and then over the 7-8 hour period, I'll get around 30 k's. So that has been plenty for me. And that is exactly the sort of driving that the buyer of a Mini EV, I believe, is going to be doing. So a second car or an urban runabout, it works perfectly for that situation. Okay, I found something else fun in the Mini. Now, once your car is in green mode, you can play a game. We're calling it the fish game. James Wardy Ward actually introduced me to it, and it essentially judges your driving. There's a little fish in a bowl and it jumps up when you get another star. You need to get to 5 stars, and it's based on your anticipation and acceleration. I'm just going to preface this by telling you all that James did not clock this game. So we still don't know what happens when you actually clock it. I don't know if Mini sends you a gift, who knows? So let's keep driving along and see if I can actually win this game. Okay, I've been driving for around 10 minutes playing this game, stuck on 4 stars. I need to pull up soon, and I think it actually reboots when you turn off the car. So obviously, Mini does not believe that James and I are fantastic drivers. We don't get the tick of approval. But anyway, if anyone knows how to clock this game, please let us know in the comments below. The Mini Cooper S EV, does it remain loyal to its roots? Well, I think I've already answered that in saying that it looks like a Mini, it acts like a Mini, it is lots of fun to drive as well. A few downfalls I've already mentioned in the range, and yes, it is a bit pricier, but if those don't matter to you and you want to make a statement, this might just be the car for you if you're stepping into an electric vehicle. If you want to know anything more about this car or anything Mini, be sure to head on over to Drive.com.au. And if you want to see more videos just like this one, be sure to click the subscribe button and the bell notification, and you'll get notified when videos like this one go live. Thanks for watching.